Uh, no. Here. Big baby. I don't even want to. I don't even want to know what the hell I just saw. I'm not even gonna ask. And TikTok's live. Huzzah. No, 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 no. Bad TikTok. Bad. I turned off gifting. No more. No more of that. Hello. Hello. I'm trying to turn this off. No, no more fucking. Nope. Nope. Yes. There we go. No more. No more gifting. No more goals. No more fucking whatever. Hello. Okay, we are here with Poppy Chapter One. Um, I'm not sure how much of Poppy I'm gonna be able to get through today. I'm not feeling the greatest, and quite frankly, it was a struggle to even stream at all. So here's hoping. I also need to broadcast my live on on TikTok. Okay, that's announced. It's dealt with. Yeah, so I'm not sure how far I'm gonna get into into the chapters today. I'll get through one for sure. That one takes me like 10 minutes. Um, as for two, I could probably get through that. I'm not sure if I'll get anywhere into chapter three today. There are achievements. Um, my goal today is to try to get through the achievements, as well as just have a refresher since Poppy's Playtime chapter 5 comes out in like a few days. I won't be able to play it till end of this month, maybe next month. I'm not totally sure yet. I haven't really decided on what kind of sacrifices I want to make, so yeah. Anyway, let's get started, I suppose. You can.
You are about to see the most incredible doll ever invented. Her name is Poppy, and she is the first truly intelligent doll in the world. A little girl can talk to her. Poppy gives her answers.
So fun
She's
facts,
the first doll actually able to have a conversation with a child.
the original cutscene
Are
for
you ready?
this was
Just watch.
um dubbed over from some really old commercial for I don't know whatever doll it was, but yeah, no, they ended up redoing it later.
My name is Poppy. I love you. Can you help me polish my shoes?
Why, of course, Poppy. Just like a real girl, Poppy always wants to look her best.
Perfect. Thank you.
Her hair is sturdy and won't come out when you brush it, and smells just like a poppy flower. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Poppy?
I'm a real girl. Just like you.
What's the time?
Playtime!
And if you've ever wanted to see how all of the nation's favorite toys were created, Playtime Co. is now offering factory tours at just $2.99 a person.
I wonder what that'd be
Entire
like with
hour in the most
inflation.
magical toy factory on Earth. What are you waiting for? Come visit the factory. We can't.
I wish stuff like that was still a thing. Like factory tours and whatnot. I don't know if it still is for people that aren't just like fucking just like YouTubers, but I would definitely go and tour a bunch of different kinds of factories if I Sorry if I was able to travel. Everybody thinks the staff disappeared 10 years ago. We're still here. Find the flower. You know, given the context that we learned from later chapters, I'm really curious as to like where that note came from now, because I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen, because I know that some people are going to watch this and they haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to keep it kind of hush hush. But I'm very curious as to what the hell the context for that will be now. Um, I don't know if it's still canon, but originally a part of the game was, this is horrifying given what we've just learned in the ARG. Um, Originally, or in the original opening for the game, it was like I was sick, or like the protagonist was saying that they were sick, and um or they were sick on one day, and then they came back the next day and there was a bunch of military on the outside and the factory was closed after that or something. And I guess they ended up taking that out. I'm not. Oh, there we go. I don't know if that's still true or not, but oh, fun fact about the Bronca, or his name is Brawny, or the Bronchosaurus or something like that. They've tried to find a way to have him be in every single chapter of the game as like a story component, and they've had to cut him like every single time. Oh right, tighten the straps. I'm not gonna sit here and watch through every tape. I'm actually gonna do a very specific live stream for that after 5.0 drops, or sorry, after the last chapter. Well, chapter 5 drops, so you don't know if it's the last chapter. Most people assume it is because this game has the same release style as like Bendy and other games like that, so we don't know yet, but we'll find out. The wire is conductive, used for rewiring. I would love to just know the logic behind that. So in the speed run, I don't know if this still works, mind you, but what you would be able to do is you would. Why do I feel like the grab pack hand is not as good looking as it could be? Whatever. You would start the tape and then what? This behavior is not in line with our policies. Gifting is suspended for 10 minutes. Reason: reproduce content. What do you mean? I don't even have gifting enabled. Content. TikTok will not allow content like that. Like, fuck off, man. Like, I literally just started. Why are you saying, oh, this is repeated content? No, it's not. Like, if you're gonna start penalizing streamers, for playing the same thing, or oh, hold on, there we go. If you're gonna penalize people for playing the same thing, or as other people, or whatnot, that's not gonna end well. Apparently there's an achievement for listening to the whole Wuggy theme. I'm not. I also like to know why the key disappears in his hand. Yeah, I've never actually looked around. I've always just like ran through things because I played this so long ago. I think there's a Huggy Wuggy standee somewhere, but I don't know where it is. What I do know is I am woefully prepared for this. Oh, cool. I broke it. Awesome. Oh, I think they reverted this back to an older chapter type. I don't know what the whole deal is with that. You can grab some things and like hold on to it. I don't know if you can still do that though. When you have two hands, that might have changed. Either way, I'm willing to find out. I'd love to do the old bugged thing again. I also noticed that the grab pack is all dirty. I wonder why. It's not like a whole lot has happened. Oh yeah, I think I missed it, but you can see, could have seen like Huggy's arm coming through here. Which is just like, it's funny that he like stopped. Oh, I think I already missed a tape. The door might have closed on me. Yeah, it did. I think there's a tape in like the starting room, a white tape, and I forgot about that one. Which is funny that they do that again later on in chapter 4. Or they do like a callback to it. That was one. Originally these were never colored. I remember that. Remember seeing Astral Spiff do this blindfolded, and this is a terrible place for that kind of a speedrun. Because they're all in places you can't normally get to by just moving your mouse around. He had it, if you've never seen the video and you like poppies, it's a good watch, but should I really just bother with the tapes? The tape is in here somewhere. I don't remember where. I think it's like up here. It's on like one of these shelves. I don't know. I'm not really gonna bother with that right now. I don't care too much. Like I said, I'll do a playthrough later where I go through all that stuff. But that's a much farther on thing. Boop. Playing through chapter 4 again is going to be interesting because now I kind of know what I'm doing, so I'm going to be... Why is my Gavi all fucked up? Hold on. There you go. It's going to be interesting to see what it's like. It's going to be interesting to see how fast I remember everything and get through that, since I did play it relatively recently. About a month ago. A little less than that. So it'll be like the freshest. Oh, right, this part. Hold on. Okay, let's see if the bug still works. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Oh, I don't think it works. That, really? Okay, so what you used to be able to do is there was a bug where I think they updated the game's version or something like that. I would be interesting if they ever directly patched it out. But you would click and you'd be able to double click really fast and it would grab onto things, which is how you grabbed onto a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I believe they've actually changed that, so. And what it would do was that even though you would be like over here, you would slide down, grab both, and then sliding and stuff like that, and you'd be over here. The thing is, it expects you to be over here, and it'll start moving you along. And I think it teleports you to a different area, but it doesn't know what to do with that, so it just shot you over here and lagged you out a fair bit. I'm pretty sure it teleports you to a whole ass other area. Either that or it loads and unloads everything in an incorrect way. Oh, cool. So my live is just royally screwed on TikTok for like no reason. Thank you. I love that platform so much. You definitely don't fuel my need to. I hate streaming on TikTok. Sometimes it's so goddamn annoying. The issue with streaming on like TikTok is that it's automated detection system for like people just running already posted content and stuff like that is ass, because I've gotten hit for it like a bunch of times. Oh, that's the pink tape, by the way. Yeah, I've gotten hit for it a bunch of times, and it's so fucking annoying. Oh, no, damn. And it'll just like ruin my my reach on TikTok. It really pisses me off. Oh, I just remembered something. Hold on, I'm supposed to have Social Ninja up, and I forgot to turn it on. Not that it matters too much, but I do try to have this on just in case. Yeah, you found the live, whatever, blah blah blah. There you go. Well, okay. Anyway. So yeah, that's just me complaining about TikTok being TikTok! I know you're supposed to do some bridge stuff, I don't care. Okay, so what they had before was that like when you fell down a large fall, you would like, this is about to get really loud, which is why I'm doing this now. You'd fall down a really large fall and you would like move slowly, like you had fall damage. I think they had different plans for the chapter originally, but and then later on they just cut that stuff out, but they kept the fall damage crap. I'm glad they actually took that out, because it makes no sense. They also fixed the bounding boxes on these, and that was really nice. Because it was all fucked up. You could, like, be aiming at that, and then it would, like, hit like, over here, and it was just, yeah. One thing I've noticed with newer chapters is that the whole grab pack stuff seems to have been somewhat of an issue for them to program, as it's different every chapter. Technically every chapter is like a new game, so to speak, but there's a legitimate difference between how it works in each chapter, so I'm not totally sure what's quite going on with that. But what I do know is they fudged it up for chapter 4, and you can't swing, you can't grab onto stuff and like hang like you normally do. You can grab things, but it's more like it's pre-scripted out. To where it just kind of like locks you into place, which is disgusting. They seem to have it looks like from the gameplay trailer for chapter 5 that released a few days ago that they have somewhat rectified that, but I would like them, once they're done with the series and they release like a quote-unquote complete edition, that they retroactively go back and fix all that stuff so that there's somewhat of a consistent feel between all the games for mechanics like grab pack stuff and whatnot. Nobody leaves without a toy. So fun fact, he won't like kill you until he gets to that door. Which is funny seeing people like get really, really afraid of him after the fact. Also, where's our flashlight come from? I believe the fact that we just have like a random flashlight here gave people the idea that we're like an android. Or something. Which I think it's just accepted it's the grab pack. Oh, I got turned around. Also, fun fact, there's about 4 different Huggies in this interaction. Fuck! Yeah, he was not far behind me whatsoever. Death isn't permanent. Get up. You know, I wonder if all these things that we're seeing here are what, was it Leith Pierre? He was like the runner of Playtime Co. I wonder if that's what he said to Poppy before, or when he was trying to revive her. I don't know why I'm struggling so bad with this. Having a bit of a rough time. Just a bit. The fact that I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing either is just not helping. Which I guess is a more fresher experience for people, but the fact is I feel like such a novice that it's driving me a little insane. You can hear the 2 different Huggies, which is really funny to me. And then they slow you down for dramatic effects. Supposedly he loses an arm here. I don't know where though. He doesn't lose the entire arm. He loses it from like where you'd consider like the elbow down. So I missed a white tape. I missed the orange tape. Hey Gunner. And here's the black tape. How you doing? Or Brontosaurus. Yeah, they tried to get him. Apparently, they've tried to have him be a playable character, or not playable character, an NPC in every single chapter, and every time he gets cut out for one reason or another. The only time he's been in here, he has more actual character time in the ARGs. I'm back now with 250% more stress. Yeah, I feel you. That's entirely what I'm like. I'm not sure how long I'll be doing this for. I'm not feeling the greatest, to be completely honest, but I'm giving it a try. Quite frankly, my sleep has been utterly terrible. I feel like death right now. I'm just trying to push through it. I'll probably go to the end of chapter 2 and then just call it for the night and try to do chapter 3 or something tomorrow or some other day. I'm risking a Vishran. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You opened my case.
I don't know if you have any like charity groups or something in your city like that can help with that kind of stuff, but I definitely look into that. Yes, we opened her case hunt. I have a chance to make it up, but I don't know if I'll make it. I'm doing what I can. That's fair. Okay, I need to load up chapter 2, which also means doing all the source crap. Gotta move the entire stage for that. Jesus, that's quite the go. Thank you, Employee of the Year. Okay, I need to load up the next game. Give me a moment. Or the next chapter. Which unfortunately has different named executables, so... which means I need to set it up in OBS and TikTok and whatever, huh? Dude, I don't even know how to respond to that. When my wife's boyfriend lets me, 35, stay up till 8 instead of 7, so I and Du Bois, 6 and 15, just bust a move. Okay. file it's not file manipulation. It's just when you're I don't know if you ever streamed before, but you have to target, at least the way I do it, you have to target a you have to target the executables for a game, and the ones for each chapter of Poppy's Playtime are all different. So for all intents and purposes, they're treated like different games. And for whatever reason, OBS doesn't have a record of me doing any of the chapters before, which is weird. But yeah. Interesting note, chapter 2 is labeled prototype 4. I know that just means that it's probably the 4th version of the game, or like of chapter 2 that they did, but I still think it's funny that they most likely that it's called prototype, just given stuff. I've seen it a few times, but whenever I watch, I don't really have any motivation to keep going. Yeah, that's fair. Streaming is really just like rough and often takes a lot of trial and error and effort, and you don't always get where you want to go. Let's see. Sorry, this is the one thing I don't like about streaming Poppy, like more than one chapter, is that I have to go and do this every time. This is also why once I do, I need to do it with other people. That would certainly help. Yeah, streaming is a lot easier when you have like friends and stuff like that. It also helps you get to having friends in chat helps you do clips and hello Evie Queen. Having friends in chat helps you like do clips and have people to bounce off of, which is a lot easier for comedy. Yes, hello Evie Queen. How are you? Just like Axel. I'm like, did I do something wrong this time? No, surely. So yeah, no, that's just like the deal with streaming. It's annoying and it's kind of a pain in the ass. Being a streamer and not having any friends is a lot harder than than having people to be friends with. None of my friends watching either. I wish I was kidding when I say all of them are in college. Every last one. Wow, you need some more friends. Oh, Fantasia's on. That's surprising. Oh, thanks for following and play. I appreciate that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, being a streamer and not having friends to help you out is really really rough. I skip this. I'll care about that later, huh? I have plenty, or I'd like to think so. Yeah. The thing is, like, if you're not doing like super popular games and stuff like that, it can make it harder too, as like a newbie streamer. I mean, I have some semblance of an idea of what I'm doing, and I'm just as small as anybody else, and it's just as rough. I have some people show up sometimes, and that's always nice. But the fact is I am a far away. Oh, that was weird. I am a far ways away from ever having like a consistent viewer base. And that's just like the unfortunate thing of it all. Streaming is not easy, and very few people ever get really big really fast. Even people who seem like they kind of blow up oftentimes have been going at it for quite a while. Like if we're going to talk about let's like one of the biggest VTubers out there, like Iron Mouse, for example, or at least English VTubers, or VTuber of all time. I don't know. Even before she got like super super popular like she is now, she streamed for years to like minimal numbers. It just takes a lot of effort and a lot of trial and error. It's just how it is, unfortunately. I hate it. We all hate it. It's just one of those things that you kind of go through. I'm not gonna commit self-flagrants for playing League or COD. Yeah, I don't blame you. I like Valorant, and I did that for a long time too.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I was just trying to get the power back on.
It wasn't me debasing myself. I just genuinely liked it, and I enjoyed playing it a ton. So I did for fuck, I don't solid. Oh, that was weird. It's like 6 months. Not playing that crap either. Yeah.
I wanted to
I did it almost like obsessively too. It was like all I did, not just as a I hate this.
I'd like to pay you back. There's a train station nearby. It needs a code, and I have it.
I liked Valorant. I still do like Valorant, but I don't play it as much. I also did like the social aspect of Valorant. That was what appealed to me more. Yeah, the social aspect of Valorant was a lot of fun. I didn't run into
I'm up here. I see you.
sorry. I didn't run into a lot of like weirdos or like assholes a lot of the time. I did have an incident with somebody after I anyway. after I may or may not have been a little unhinged on stream, and that was an unfortunate incident. Hey, Sakuna. But otherwise, like, you know, it was a good time. I don't really care about like being a professional player or whatever. It's just not my thing.
I'm going to need you to trust me.
I'm curious as to why there's just a big slide. But okay. Leith Pierre, Elliot Ludwig, Stella Graber. There's a place here. I think it's in chapter 1. But like the oh no, here it is. The name or all the letters here I think spell out a name, but they had no idea what the name was at the time. This is chapter 2. We're just going through it. Refresher, because chapter 5 comes out in like a couple days. I won't be able to play it, but apparently there's an achievement for like smacking her in the face. Have I gotten any achievements whatsoever?
Mommy heard that Miss
Nope.
Poppy was going to just give you the train code to escape. Now, how is that fun? Instead, why don't we make a game out of it?
Actually, why am I lagging? Is everything reset? Part of this window, blah blah, frame rate. Let's just drop that of it.
The game station is still working. It will be just like old times. And if you
Worry,
win
Dan.
all 3 games, I'll give you the train code. Mommy loves that idea, Poppy. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. There's to musical memory, and Mommy will get things started. Obey the rules, or I'll tear you apart and eat your insides while you're still alive.
And there's a really specific point at which you're supposed to. Oh, that was weird. Punch her in the face. Welcome to the game station where we trained kids till we thought they were smart enough, and then we shoved them into toys and then tortured them so they forgot who they were.
Hi kids, welcome to the game station. I'm Stella, and we've got super duper fun games to play. These little tests show us just how crazy strong and smart you are. Follow Mommy Longlegs down the stairs, and we'll start by playing musical memory. See you in a bit.
I'm really curious as to what this place was like when it worked. Like, not even just from like the hour of Joyfudge, huh? And I need to go to sleep, and I need you need to be up in like 6 or at 6. Yeah, that's fair. I'm super tired. I'm not totally sure I'll make it through all of chapter 2. I'm only gonna go to the end of chapter 2 though. I'm not going beyond that. I know I won't survive. I'm struggling to stay awake. But yeah, Gunner, if you're still there, you either gotta do something that's relatively popular or new, or something like a gacha game can also work if you like gacha games. Or just kind of have to find something else to blow up with. I really wish there was a guide to how to be a popular streamer. But yeah, I hope you have a good night, Sakuna. Sweet dreams. But unfortunately, it's really just a lot of trial and error and like hoping for the best. That's all you can do. Like, I should be posting clips and stuff like on YouTube, and I'm not, and I need to. I plan to shortly. But things just keep getting in the way, one after another, and I just have no motivation half the time anymore, and it's rough for me. That, and with my body kicking my ass. Fucked up one leg, fucked up the other leg. Dude, I just want to chill. Alright, which one do we grab? I like number 4. It's 4 chapters, so let's grab that one. You can grab any of these, it doesn't matter, but oh, Chohei, like this isn't like we didn't just go through something traumatizing involving conveyor belts like 5 seconds ago. Oh, right. Hello, Lou. Yeah. That is Markiplier's birthday. I feel sorry for anybody who does that and then gets like freaked the fuck out. Ask your question.
Welcome to musical memory. This advanced memory and cognitive recognition test is designed to stimulate several segments of the brain, allowing us to see how quickly and efficiently your brain works. A sequence of colors will be shown, and you must
What do you
recreate
mean?
the exact sequence using the buttons around you. Bunzo will slowly lower towards you. When you complete a color pattern correctly, Bunzo
Like something for
will
you to make
rise
an
back
edit
up.
of?
When you input a pattern incorrectly, Bunzo will lower towards you faster. If Bunzo reaches you, your test is over.
Maki
The
Oze.
test will become more
From Fire
difficult
Force.
as it continues, with longer patterns in quicker succession. That's all. Good luck.
I love Maki.
Oh, isn't it amazing? Mommy hasn't seen the place up and running in years. Mommy can only imagine how excited Bunzo must be. It's been such a long time since he's been able to play.
Okay, I'm probably gonna be quiet for this part, so apologies. Yellow, blue.
Yellow, blue, green.
Yellow, blue, green, green.
Yellow, blue, green, blue. Yellow, blue, green, blue, blue. Round 2. Green. Green, yellow.
Green, yellow,
Green, yellow, green.
green, yellow, green,
Green, yellow, green, yellow.
yellow, green, yellow,
Green, yellow, green, yellow, yellow.
yellow, green, yellow, yellow,
Green, yellow, green, yellow, yellow, violet.
yellow, green, yellow, yellow, violet. Here's where it gets kind of complicated.
Red,
Red,
red, white.
red, white,
Red, white, orange.
red, white, orange,
Red, white, orange, white.
white, orange, white,
Red, white, orange, white, orange.
white, orange, white, orange,
Red, white, orange, white, orange.
white, orange.
Round 4. Blue,
Blue,
blue, J.
blue, J,
Blue, J, heart.
blue, J, heart,
Blue, J, heart, yellow.
blue, J, heart, yellow,
Blue, J, heart, yellow, by.
blue, J, heart, yellow, pie,
Blue, J, heart, yellow, by, heart.
blue, J, heart, yellow, pie, heart. I would be so screwed.
Snow massacre, red, green, equality, Lenda, violet, snow white, orange, orange, ravenous, red, the white, by, blue,
I don't know how a child is supposed to deal with all those buttons. It seems pretty excessive. Like, I think a lot of adults would end up struggling with that.
For doing such a splendid job, Mommy has decided to give you part of the code for the train.
Do I wish I could skip Whack-A-Hookie? I...
Take it.
Oh. Whack-A-Hookie... Oh. Whack-A-Hookie
Mommy
is
was hoping the game could
the one
last
part of
forever.
Chapter 2 I hate. Like, I legitimately
It's okay,
hate.
though. Mommy knows other ways to play with you.
And it's not that, like, it's a terrible game. It's just that... It's dark. It's too dark. That room is too dark. And I hate that. Yeah, apparently you can beat this chapter in like 45 minutes. I had no idea. I've always taken like an hour and a half. But maybe that's because I've never tried speedrunning it. I also do know the Whack-A-Hookie part would probably make me rip my hair out. I know speedrunners just skip it. I also remember this being skippable, but I don't know how. See, one thing you could do before was you could just do that and get up here. But then this door just wouldn't open because it requires power or something. Or maybe it requires just pressing this button. Maybe that was enough to open the door? No, I have no clue. But there was a skip for it. I don't know what happened to what is my hold on. Yeah, everything should be fine. I don't know whatever happened with that, but I guess I'll just do it the normal way. Okay. Oh, does it need power to pull? Oh, I thought you could pull it without it. That's a shame. And rather annoying. Yeah. What? Oh, why will you not? What am I missing? Oh, the levers on the do I have to pull this? Okay, this still isn't open, yeah? No. But now I should be able to move this thing. I don't know why I'm running at such a terrible FPS. But I'm starting to get mildly concerned, and I don't even know what the hell's going on. Yeah, you used to be able to just smooth on past this. I don't remember why that ever changed. Maybe because it was just a bug, but... I don't understand. Whatever. It's fine. This also used to be another puzzle you could just cheese, but I don't think so anymore. We can do it to that one. So they fixed the issue in the later chapters, but not this one. Oh, wait. Oh, right. Hold on. No! Oh, shit, wait, I had it. There you go. Like, you used to be able to do that in chapter 1, and then you could do that weird funky glitch, but then they just took it away. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. There is a skip in this chapter that I think is really funny, because I think it was meant to be just a developer thing, and then they forgot to patch it out. You know, just for like testing. On to Whack-a-Huggy. And then PJ Pugapillar is the last one, and I don't hate PJ Pugapillar, or the statues one, sorry. I just don't like how buggy it can be. The grabbing mechanics, while I do like them this chapter, are a little funky.
Mommy is super proud of you, but I'm sure she's already told you that herself. Our next game is Whack-a-Wuggy. Head downstairs and have fun.
Okay, okay. Oh, that's some lightning bugs. Apparently there's a flashlight that you can do for this.
Welcome to Whack-A-Wuggy. This advanced test.
Problem with this room is it's so hard to fucking see. Like, I have had so many issues with this that it's like, it's not even funny. And the fact that I'm not using a proper like computer monitor isn't helping either.
Around you are 18 sizable holes. An adorable Huggy Wuggy toy could appear out of any one of these holes. If one comes out, hit it with your grab pack. That's all. Good luck.
The toys in this game used to have strings.
Darkless hand-eye coordination, I would be screwed. I am screwed. I fail this at least 2 times every time I've streamed this. Which is 3 or 4 times, so yep. See? Super dark. And it's probably easier for you guys to see, but not for me. Two. Sorry, I'm gonna get quiet. 3, 4. Five, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fuck! Oh, damn it. You need to get him about 40 times if you're wondering why I'm counting. Something like 40 or like 44. We're on chapter 2, by the way, Slayer. We're playing a mini game called Whack-A-Wuggy. And it is
The toys in this game used to have
needed for the chapter.
so they could be pulled.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much farther beyond chapter 2 I'm going to be doing, so yeah, we'll see.
Have fun.
It is dark. I struggle. I die like a few times every time I do this. Because I can't see, and then my monitor's all fucked up, and I can't even change its settings. I don't even know where the remote is, and I don't know if it'll help, but my room is let's just say not right for this. Like, you can barely fucking tell. And just think, I'm using a TV with, like, reflection. Oh. 1. Yes, and I want to throw up because of it. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, nope, 23, 24, 20, 25, 26. No! Ah. Shit. Oh, damn it. Oh, it's so hard to see them, man. I noticed, like, their gloves. It's hard to see anything other than their gloves. Apparently there's a flashlight in this. There's an achievement for a flashlight, but I don't know what the hell it's talking about. Thing is, even if you brighten it up, that only helps so much. Like, it looks a ton brighter here, but on my monitor, it's still really hard to see.
Have fun.
Like, it helps-ish, but it's still a fucking struggle. Also, what was your dream? Hopefully this helps. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Oh, thank God. Was squinting earlier and still couldn't see. Yeah, the thing is, even with like brightness added up, it might be easier for you guys, especially if you're like watching on phones and things. But like watching on my PC monitor, it doesn't help a ton. I need a better monitor. It's one of the things I want to do later on this year. Around summer, I want to buy 3 monitors, all identical. That's the hope. They don't need to be super, super high end or anything. I just want 3 moderately decent monitors.
Only one game left to play. Sad.
Yeah, it was rough. Okay, I'm gonna move the brightness back down somewhat. I hate the third game. Shit is creepy. Yeah, that's fair. Kissy Missy. There's supposed to be achievements for getting the statues, and I'm not getting those, so I'm not sure the achievements for the game work right now. I know their implementation was kind of iffy, so maybe while they're like in the game, they're not active, so to speak. The Steam achievement triggers, anyways. Well,
Click the button to feed me candy. Nom nom nom. Feed me more.
Nom 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 nom. I wonder if she eats the Huggy Wuggies. Oh no, I remember what we're supposed to do next. So I can't tell you as to why, but the funniest thing about Spiff's chat and like watching him do challenges for chapter 3 was them talking about how Kissy Missy is a lesbian queen for some reason. And like I cannot tell you how that started, and apparently most of his chat can't either. Because it was just a thing that happened one day and then it just like stuck. Her helping us here and then like fucking off, and I can't help but just wonder if her plans were meant to be different, like if they drastically changed her character after this, because she's in chapter 3 as like a supporting character, and I can't help but wonder if just plans changed. Like maybe she was always meant to be a supporting character, but she was ready to kill us in that chapter. I'm really glad that was not on a timer. like the timer was the power, but not like it would have shut, because that would have pissed me off. Well, goodbye, Barry. It was nice knowing you. I like he just goes off in a graceful arc. Oh. That was some lag there. Whatever, Wacka Wuggy's done. The worst part of this chapter is over. Except for the lighting problems. Those always remain. Oh, so funny thing about the current thing about the RAM shortage right now. Apparently, developers are going back to like old games and like optimizing them. The people who made the Lego Batman games are apparently doing that, so the requirements are no longer, I think, 16 gigs, but now like 8. It only took a global shortage and crisis to get developers to fix their shit.
Jeez, have you played these before? You're so good. Seems like you're ready for the final game, statues. Follow Mommy down the stairs one last time.
Ow.
I hope you had a fun day at the game station. See you next time.
You know, I have the stream set up on TikTok to where if you have like your phone on your side, it'll let you look at it like it's on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. And I'm debating if I want to keep doing that, because I don't know if that takes more processing power. I should look it up. If it does, I might just stop, because I don't think many people ever use that. Like, even if I watch TikTok streams, I generally never even check. And I rarely, to be fair, I rarely watch streams. So I think this is really funny. Oh. So, hold on. Why am I'm having issues here. It just boots me off. Oh, come on. Don't tell me they actually fixed it. No? Hold on. I could have sworn I was able... Yeah, there we go. So, fun fact about... They might have... Huh? Sorry if I'm not talking much. I'm cooking, but I'd be playing in the background. Okay, that's fine. So, fun fact about this chapter. This never got patched out, as far as I'm aware. Yep, you can skip that. You can skip that entirely. You're meant to do that, and then hop down here, and then light these up, and then grab that one. You don't have to do any of that. You just have to shimmy along the edge there, and you're fine. I don't think I've ever done that properly. Maybe once. Because they made it a lot harder to grab. Yeah, no, I think it was meant to be a quick thing for developers, and they forgot to patch out the ledge, and then just never did, because why would they? It's not like it's game breaking. It just skips like 2 seconds.
The rules are simple. The lights will turn off. You can move through the obstacle course at this time. However, when the lights turn on, you can look around but cannot move.
Yeah, it's...
You may move again once.
This is a lot less frustrating, but it is kind of annoying because of the end part where I've bugged it out, and it's just it doesn't end well.
Good luck.
That's what happened last time I streamed this, which was TikTok exclusive, and I kept missing the damn window, and it kept shooting me off to like places unknown.
It was always so sad to see the kids go. They called me Mommy because I was the closest thing they ever had to one.
Or was your name?
For games and never come back. They left Mommy to die alone. Mommy didn't deserve that. But you worked here. So if anyone deserves to die alone.
The thing is sorry, small spoiler, but supposedly if the prototype has all the orphan children from the next area of the game, from chapter 3, like, because that's where they lived, if he has all of them, technically speaking, this is his fault. Okay, so apparently we can only move when the music's on, I think. Okay. I can't use the grab pack hint in the dark. So the fun thing is, if you break the rules, it doesn't instantly kill you. He just speeds up really fast. I'm not going to break the rules because I really don't want to keep doing this over and over again, but that's what happens, yeah. I'm just gonna try hopping through here instead. I don't remember, but I think this is walled off. So if you ever wonder why PJ Pugapillar never gets you super quickly, he actually goes at the pace you do to give you like a fighting chance. In case you really suck at this. Oh. Apparently this room also used to be significantly longer. See, I've done this and I've went fucking flying off that way several times, which is why I really hate that part. So if there's two parts of this game I really don't like, it's specifically that grab and Whack-A-Wuggy. Also, that is terrible. Oh, it's back. I like how they specifically patched that out of like the original game, but they didn't here. You know, interesting fact here. I've messed around and died a couple times, but like, I've only spent about 40 minutes, and we're getting close to the end. So it's doable to do it in 45 minutes, but it's gonna be kind of a struggle. The sad thing about Mommy Longlegs is I really think she just wants someone to play with, because all the bigger bodies were built with a purpose in mind. Anyways, all the bigger bodies were built with a purpose in mind, and hers was to be the watcher and caretaker of the game station. And then, you know, the Hour of Joy happened and she no longer had that, so she's just been sitting there not being able to do what she wants to do. And I guess, for reference to anybody who does not know what the Hour of Joy is, it's the incident where everybody disappeared. You can, like, fill this with as many of those as you want. These also used to just fall down there and pile up and lag the fuck out of you. So beating the game was kind of a challenge. You had to really rush it. I wonder what the logic behind this was. Or if maybe it was just an accident or ship broke and it started doing that. So yeah, all the bigger bodies were meant to be like to have a purpose. You know, Catnap was meant to watch over the children of the orphanage and put them to sleep. Mommy Longlegs was meant to help children with the game station. Huggy Wuggy was meant to be security, which is the tape I missed. Right. I fucked this part up last time. I don't remember what the hell I did. Oh, I think it's because I need to go through that door, but I forgot. And then Doey from chapter 4 was a toy that was meant to handle multiple roles. But that didn't work out a ton. Oh. What? Oh. I think I broke it. Again. Oh. I don't know what I did. Oh, I broke it. Oh. Well, just goes to show me and what I know.
I asked you to play fair, and you cheated! I hate cheaters! Now, we're going to play one last game! It's called Hide and Seek!
10,
9,
7, 6,
5,
4, 3, 2.
Yep. Anyway, I bugged that room out bad. This place is a lot bigger than I remember. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be any consequences to that later, but you saw what happened. I don't even know how I finished it. I tried to do it a messed up way that I used to do it, and I got it to work wrongly. I'm not totally sure. That's another puzzle I don't think I've really ever done properly before. I hate what. Oh, you can go fuck yourself. Oh man, I would kill for some Subway. I have $20 in my account right now, but it's like earmarked for what amounts to a bill that I actually have to pay later, and like after stream, and I really want to use it to order Subway or something because I am very much running out of food. Oh. Is there oh yeah, no. I don't know what's going on with him, to be perfectly honest. What a wild story that is, though. Subway guy. He lost 250 pounds between 1998 and 1999. Before Titty We Had Share hit. Yeah, that's true. Oh, the funniest fucking thing about the whole Diddy thing is people realizing that Hollywood joked about Diddy like all the time, and then we acted like we like collectively as a people acted shocked when I found out that he really was a massive fucking creep. Yeah, yeah, you should look it up. They did it in, I know they did it in Supernatural. I think Eminem has, Justin Bieber had, and a bunch of other celebrities have as well. You should try to find a compilation of it. um but yeah, no, he's been joked about a fair bit. And then like he got in trouble for whatever the fuck it was. Like he's like generally a creep, but he also did all sorts of crap. Yeah, I don't totally know because I didn't really look into it. All I know is that he got in a ton of fucking trouble because he's a massive creep and sex pest and probably groomed some people. She's healed now. I don't think people don't. I don't really think people heal from this kind of stuff. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Da, 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 da. You may lewd comments about middle school age girls. You met blah blah blah. And blah, blah, nah. I'm reading the wiki page for Jared, by the way. And she made recordings of his remarks and saved text messages, and then went to the FBI where they recorded conversations with him. Wow. Wow. That is wow. I'm only a fourth of the way through and holy shit. Yeah, oh yeah, no. Jared, yeah. No, he wow. I was looking for his sentencing and then I started reading the rest of the page and it's crazy. Um there was a journalist and radio host who he made comments about middle school age girls and then a bunch of other stuff, including having done things with minors, and then then he yeah, no, they absolutely took his ass down, to say the least. It's not even funny. That's only like a fourth of the fucking thing too. Oh wow, he is quite the piece of shit. I just wanted to recommend service. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I was looking on the wiki and apparently have, because I also wanted to see why the hell he got so damn popular. 15 years imprisonment, lifetime supervised release. So he has 5 years left on his sentence then. Good luck. Yeah, that's not going to end well for him if he ever gets out. Let's just say that. Wow, that was a read. Oh right. Let's see. Red, blue, green. Jail doesn't help people change? No. Well, okay, if we're talking about like, okay, there's a difference between jail and prison. I want to be very clear about this. There is a drastic difference. Jail is where you go for holding until you are sentenced. Because you are, for one, you're too much of a flight risk, or you're at risk to others or something like that. Prison is where you spend your sentence. Prison can, well, it's definitely not going to help him in his case, no matter how many specific programs he's in. But prisons don't really try to help people. The problem, I'm going to get into a bit of a rant here, but this legitimately bugs me a lot, so I kind of want to talk about it a bit. The thing about prison, and I think a lot of people are not too far gone, depending on what we're talking about. If we're talking about stuff like Subway Man there, yeah, no. Guys like that often get shanked in prison for a reason. But for like the majority of people, there's usually some place of belonging that they can have. Like just because somebody goes to jail doesn't mean they're okay. So just because somebody goes to prison doesn't mean they're a bad person necessarily. And even if they are a bad person, it doesn't mean they can't change. The problem with the prison system in really a lot of countries, some European ones have great ones, is that they don't, while they are called correctional or rehabilitation facilities or whatever, they don't really do anything to rehabilitate anybody. All they do is they just take away every basic human right that they have and then say good luck once they're out, and then expect them to live with this label that makes it hard for them to survive without going back to the life they had. They don't teach them any, a lot of times they aren't taught new skills to survive. They aren't taught, they aren't able to do work programs to maybe get their GED or something like that, which they should be able to. They aren't able to do a lot of things that would help them when they got out to have a step up. Instead, a lot of prison systems will just chuck you out on the street once you actually do your time and then expect you to just know what the hell to do. Except now you're listed with a bunch of restrictions because you're most likely on parole, which means you can't be living with anybody who who have committed felonies or has a record. You can't you not only can't live with them, you can't talk with them or be friends with them, contact them, anything like that. That's considered usually a violation of your parole as far as I'm aware, and a ton of other things. You can't protect yourself. Essentially, you get brought in for almost any reason, and it's most likely considered a violation of your parole. And then not even just that, you have to get a job really, really fast out of prison within, I think, a week or two. Which sometimes they'll help you for it, at least. Why have I been messaged 4 times? Hold on. Oh, it was you. Anyways, they're expected to get a week, like almost right, or get a job like almost right out of prison. Sometimes they'll help you with, hopefully, and sometimes you're just expected to go wherever. You can't even get into a halfway house. The point of a halfway house is to be like, it means, okay, parole just means you're being released, but with strict rules and being supervised. Yeah, and depending on where you are, I don't know if it's like that here in Canada, but in the States, you actually have to pay your parole officer. you don't just like go see a parole officer, you also have to pay him. So getting a job is often a part of your parole. You have to prove you're a not only just a rehabilitated person, but you also have to prove you have revenue, and then you have to spend what little revenue you're probably going to get doing a shit job and then give it to your parole officer, which is great, I'm sure. So yeah, and instead of helping you or giving you money to do anything, you're just kind of told, here you go, bye. There's a reason why, and the thing is like, I don't know about here in Canada, but in the US, I know that the the prison system is prisons can be run by for-profit organizations there, and it's, oh fuck. Okay, I forgot that was like right there. Aren't there jobs and places that actually have strict hiring for people on parole? Sometimes it really depends on where you've gone to prison and where you come out and where you're stuck. From what I've gleaned from a company whose owner does a lot of TikToks and short form content talking about just like his job, is that his company, being on parole and working for a company that specifically handles parolees is not simple. Having programs for parolees is not simple at all, and is kind of rough. But no, the system is stacked against you, 100%. You are in no way gonna have a good time. Oh, there we go. Oh, so if we're talking about being on house arrest with an ankle monitor, you have to pay for that too. You have to rent the ankle monitor. And it's not cheap. You're charged by the day. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me actually look up the stats for it. Ankle monitor rates. At least I know in the US they charge you for it. It's anywhere from $5 to $40 a day, with initial setup and installation also costing you. In some jurisdictions such as Alberta, GPS monitoring does not cost the individual, but apparently it's expensive. It can be, if it costs you, it can be really expensive. Even at $5 a day, that's like, holy shit. Wait, hold up. That's like $150 a month. And while you think that's not a lot of money, for somebody who's like confined, yeah, exactly, it adds up too. For somebody who's like confined to their home and probably isn't working, or is forced to work from home, they're gonna have a rough time. And if it costs 40, so a minimum, that's $150 a month. And then let's say $40 times 30, then that costs you $1,200, and that's more than my rent right now. If that's any indication of like how crazy a cost that is for a person, I don't know how you like live with that. Like, that's wild. Though a lot of cases where you have like an ankle monitor, you're pretty screwed, legally speaking, so. Like, you must have done something pretty bad. They do not give out ankle monitors to most people. But yeah, because this is a chase, I'm gonna end this conversation. But the general gist of it is that if you anybody that goes to prison has a really high chance of going back, because the system is more or less stacked against you and expects you to screw up and go back, and gives you a lot of chances to mess up and not many chances to go forward and do the right thing. It's not easy. And if you don't have a support system on the outside, you're pretty likely going to be going back. Halfway houses are kind of the exception, and are one of the things that do help people. But even then, it's not like a good time. You're still going to be really screwed. I had somebody who, I didn't know it, got out of jail or got out of prison for a year, or from a year sentence, and instead of going to a halfway house like he was supposed to, he was looking for a place, and I ended up letting him live here, and I didn't know that. I might have still let him in. It's just the fact that I was lied to was my issue. ICE has, I guess, 3 offices in Canada. I don't know much about it, though. You'll have to look that up. I guess, what was I saying? Right, so and he was a nightmare. He had a bunch of mental issues that were really bad. He had cancer that he tried to quote unquote treat, and it just let's just say it didn't end well, and I ended up having to kick him out with like no notice. It was that bad. I had to call the cops. He needed a halfway house. There was he was not doing well at all. He needed to slowly reintegrate into society. He was trying to treat it by drinking by like eating a lot of ginger and a lot of garlic, like raw garlic and lemons and stuff like that. Well, all those things are great for you health-wise. You're supposed to have like a bulb or 2 of garlic a day, some lemon, you know, so you don't get scurvy or whatever. And what was the rest of it? And ginger is generally good for you, but you don't need tons and tons of it. He almost caught me right there. Oh! The thing is, like, they're all things that are meant to keep you healthy. He was also meant to, like, lose a bunch of water weight and stuff like that. Oh. And that didn't happen because... Oh. I might have screwed myself.
What have you done? It'll make me
That was close. So, fun fact, this was actually meant to be a lot more gruesome. It was meant to crush her head as she's screaming. They obviously changed it later, but there is an animatic of it, I believe. The thing is, they've kind of moved away from him, like, taking the things we've killed and making them a part of him, like, being a big threat and stuff, and I don't know, it feels like the story's moved away from where it originally was going. Obviously, it got a lot more intricate as, it got more money, but... I'm also only going to go to the end of this chapter. Is he so smart he predicted she died here? Yep. Oh, he's been following us the entire way. It's heavily implied he's been following us the whole time.
Log code 08502. In relation, experiment 1006. The prototype. A close call occurred this week in which he nearly breached containment. The prototype seemingly disassembled the digital alarm clock within his room and utilized the battery, along with several other components, to create a laser pointer, which he then fired into the security camera, disabling it. These actions allowed him 28.3 seconds completely unmonitored. Once function returned to the camera, the room appeared to be empty. One surveillance specialist went in to confirm his absence. However, upon opening the door, she realized that the prototype had hidden in one of the camera's blind spots. The prototype attempted to escape through the open door. However, another surveillance specialist was able to remotely relock the door, despite the other specialists still being inside. One casualty occurred. The prototype seems to possess an unprecedented level of intelligence beyond that of all other test subjects, as well as an alarming willingness to commit violence. Further suppression treatments will need to be enacted to ensure that no other experiments develop these qualities. Experiment 1170, Huggy Wuggy, remains the optimal outcome due to his sufficient intelligence paired with maximum obedience. End of log.
Fun fact about Huggy Wuggy is he wasn't obedient, he was just waiting. He escaped several times. This but AI though. The prototype is most likely a person converted, but it's unknown as to who or why, but they're heavily linked to Poppy, as in a later chapter he refers to Poppy as him and Poppy being the same. Poppy being the creator of Poppy Playtime's daughter. AI is gonna get too smart. I've explained the Chinese room to you, right? If you've ever watched oh, thanks for following, Sharky. Yeah. That I don't think AI is gonna get too smart. Fun fact, the first time I did this, I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I didn't realize I was supposed to grab the train code, and that was how I freed her. I did it by like accident. But like nothing I grabbed otherwise would like do it, and I was so unsure.
Good. I'll board the train. We need to leave.
So apparently you can make her sad somehow. I don't know. No. The Chinese room experiment, if I'm remembering this right. This is chapter 2. I'm only gonna do chapter 2. My throat's starting to hurt really bad, so the stream's gonna be over in a few minutes. Sorry. I'll try to do number 3 tomorrow or something. I don't know. Okay, the Chinese room experiment is where, in concept, explains that the way that we work with AI, which are large language models, will never gain any form of true intelligence. What do we mean by that? So say you take a man and put him in a room and you give him a codex of words for Chinese. Now, if he studies the codex, which is saying like what words are what in English to Chinese and such. Now, in that room. Now, if you give him a note in that room, he'll understand what that note means. But if after he leaves that room, he's not going to know how to speak fucking Chinese. There will always be a gap of knowledge that he will never be able to, or at least the experiment dictates that he'll never be able to truly learn, that he's only working off of things that he's been given. He'll never be able to truly figure it out, like the nuances of the language and all that. He'll never be able to work on that just based on what he's been given. And such, AI will never move beyond stuff it's been given. It'll never gain true intelligence to where it'll do things on its own. It'll simply work with the parameters provided. That's essentially what the Chinese room experiment is meant to be. And if you watch The Amazing Digital Circus, they do actually somewhat reference this in the latest chapter. Which, holy shit, was that a mindfuck. Okay, Bonzo, Huggy, B, Mommy. Red, yellow. What? Did I get the song? Bonzo, Huggy, Kiss. Oh, no way. Okay, sorry. So once 4, 3, 1. There we go. So yeah, that's what that whole thing is about. So I don't think AI will ever become something like the prototype, which is essentially a living and sentient thing. So like you can have AI as smart as you want, but if it's never properly taught how to do certain things, it's never gonna be just whatever. And an easier way to say it is that if you just shove it full of random data and tell it to learn, it's never going to truly understand. It's just going to work with what it's got. Now, AIs interacting with each other has had some really interesting experiments, as far as I'm aware. Like, there were, I think Microsoft had 2 AIs essentially in contact with each other, and they ended up creating their own language to communicate, which was a really scary thought. Now that's something interesting. But the way that we consider quote-unquote AI nowadays with large language models is just pitiful and sad. And the way that we throw AI on everything like a buzzword instead of what it should be is, quite frankly, really distasteful.
I was so scared she'd put me back in that case. But you saved me. You are perfect. Too perfect to lose. I'm sorry. I can't let you leave. I've never met anyone like you. Do you know how long I've been stuck in that case? Well, too long. I had so much time to think and reflect. Time to figure out exactly what I would do when free. We'll set things right. Terrible things have happened. But I know that whatever I need you to do, you're capable. We will. What if...
Well, couldn't we eventually make an AI in a different way It can do things, but 2 + 2 together. It's possible, but the way that we talk about AI right now, by just shoving as much data into it as possible, is it's almost a dead end. Like there will be a ceiling to how far that will advance, and no matter how much we refine it, it will never become what we would consider actual AI. This stream has also fucked up my throat. Maybe doing it was not the smartest of moves. Also, you should really look up. I'll try to send it to you. Playtime chapter 2 ending. Alternate ending. There's an alternate ending dialogue for chapter 2. By the way, I'll send it to you after. But yeah. Poppy is a complicated person, and unless you want me to spoil it to you later, it's kind of hard to describe as to what she is. She's not a good character per se, but she's not a bad one. It'd be kind of hard to describe her as anything but really a victim in all this. Yeah, I know. The thing is the person who made Playtime Co. wanted to bring his daughter back after she died because, among other things, he was a terrible father, and he wanted to bring her back so he would have her again and to be a good father this time. And he succeeded. That's what Poppy is. Poppy is quite literally his daughter, and this is confirmed later. As for how he did that, though, nobody knows. The Bigger Bodies Initiative was a way to recreate the process in the experiments, assuming that Poppy would be considered the first one. It took 7 experiments for whatever reason to create the prototype, but then before, well, it wasn't the Bigger Bodies Initiative back then, but later became the Bigger Bodies Initiative once we realized that making people into toys was a much more difficult process than we realized. So what they ended up doing was using bigger bodies of the toys to put people into, because it just wasn't possible to do it the way they were doing. And then they found success eventually with experiment 144, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. To where it was like a sentient toy, or something like that. I'd have to look at all the lore again. But it was like 101 or 1144 or something like that. It took Hartley Sawyer 100 experiments or so to get a working experiment, and his first success was Boxy Boo. Whatever experiment number he's the first experiment that was a success. Boxy Boo was meant to be somewhat of a security device, but not in the way that you think. He was meant to be body disposal for people who got too close or they wanted to silence. I can send you a gif of him eating somebody later, but that's exactly what they did. And that was shown in the ARG for the 3rd chapter. He was actually originally meant to be a part of it. So did the government allow or know about these experiments? Well, in the original game, or in the original release, I believe there was an opening thing that said that one day you got sick, and then you went to go to Playtime Co. the next day, and it was surrounded, and everybody had disappeared, and the place was surrounded by military. And then the factory was shut down after that. So I don't know if that is still canon, but that was originally the kind of thing, is that when the Hour of Joy occurred, we weren't there because we were sick. The Hour of Joy being the incident where everybody quote unquote disappeared, or spoiler, most of them were killed as the toys got loose. And we'll see that more about that in the next chapter. But yeah, that was the that was the whole thing. Did our character know? Is he just a normal play? We have no idea. People assume who our character is, but at the moment we don't know. There's tapes that have mentioned there's a lot of lore behind who or who he may not be, and people mentioned in tapes, but at the moment we just don't know. I'm assuming it'll all get figured out in the next chapter. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be playing that or not on payday, or if I'll wait a month till. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, so I hope this story is so interesting. It's not even known if chapter 5 is going to be the last chapter either, at all. We'll find out, but I'm going to be on a very no spoilers thing, so I'll have to avoid social media like the plague. I might just make a sacrifice and buy it, and just try to deal with that anyways, so yeah. I'll figure it out. At least I'll try to figure it out. So yeah, that's the idea. There's more to the lore that's just kind of like behind the scenes stuff that I can explain, but you get the general gist of it. Oh, and the whole thing behind the Bigger Bodies initiative was so that everybody would just everything had a purpose. Everything had a purpose. At least that was the idea. The idea was essentially to cut down costs on labor, but obviously shit went wrong. Huggy Wuggy kept escaping. Boxy Boo. Sure. Toys had an incident in a theater. Hour of Joy sounds terrifying. It is. It is. I'll send you some stuff later. Did everything just snap? Do you want a spoiler? Because it's a little complicated, and it's a lot easier to explain with some later knowledge from chapter 4. Okay, so if there's anybody still watching the VOD, just spoiler warning for later streams. In chapter 4, it's discovered that so moving through the chapters, chapter 3 is about helping Poppy and a kid called Ollie to help beat the prototype, and Catnap in chapter 3. So in chapter 4 we find a tape that's Poppy talking about not liking the experience that happened to her, and we find another tape where she's so sick of everything, and what she ends up doing is she works with the prototype to enact the Hour of Joy. Now the thing is the Hour of Joy was not meant to be everybody dying. The Hour of Joy was meant to be, well, what became known as the Hour of Joy was meant to be a way for her and well, everybody to escape the place. Instead, the prototype used it to kill all the employees. Well, most of them. We'll get to that another time. But it was used to kill most of the employees, and I don't know. It's kind of unknown. If the thing with the military is still canon, my theory is that they worked out a deal with the prototype that if he kept everybody in, they wouldn't storm the place and they would allow it to exist. And the thing with Poppy is that after the Hour of Joy occurred, the prototype said that nobody's allowed to leave. So I'm assuming it has something to do with that, so that he can rule his little world and nobody comes in to try to stop him. So yeah. There's more to it, but that's kind of like the crux of it. There's a lot more, like she wants to fight against the prototype after we get her out of her case. Chapter 3 is a part of that. Chapter 4 is a much more in-depth part of that, which, like I said, we'll get to that eventually. And yeah, no, she was tricked and she wants revenge. But she also wants to save who she can save. She doesn't want to just kill everybody. Well, she wants to destroy all the toys. She doesn't want anything there to survive. But that failed, so they got free and then everybody went on a rampage. Kind of. Hold on. I will find. I'm gonna be sending you a few things. Also, go watch those ARG videos. Like I said, they'll probably spoil some stuff, but you'll eventually watch it all, so it's fine. So the fun thing about the Hour of Joy is that, well, the funny thing about Poppy's Playtime is that all the videotapes we find are actually just or MP4 files that you can actually replace. So if you rename a video of, I don't know, some music video instead and call it whatever the name for like the black tape in chapter 3 is, it'll play that instead of whatever the black tape was. Anyways, I'll send you some stuff and we can talk about it in DMs. But yeah, that's the gist of it. It all goes haywire somehow. There was a plan for all the toys to either break out or attack or whatever, and it's also revealed that the antagonist of chapter 4 is also a part of that, given just what he is, which is complicated, and we'll get there. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna send you some stuff after I stop stream, and then we can, I guess, talk more about it if you want. But yeah, thanks to anybody that watched. I hopefully a lot of it gets explained in the next chapter. According to one of the developers of the game, or one of the people that works at Mob Entertainment, apparently everything we see in the gameplay teaser for chapter 5 is only is less than a quarter of what is actually in the game. So there's apparently quite a bit in that one. But what we do see in the gameplay trailer is the prototype trying to kill us by smashing its legs down through the ceiling and stuff like that. So remember, the prototype is huge. Like, we've seen bits of him and he seems small. He is gigantic. If you've seen the trailers, he's well beyond the size of a regular hallway. Kind of like if you've ever seen a spider in like a funnel, same idea. Anyways, I'm gonna stop the stream and I'll talk to you later. As anybody that watched, I hope you had a good time, a good night. My throat's fucked, so no more talking for me. Good night, everybody.